The upcoming visit of President Trump to London is poised to be a pivotal moment for transatlantic relations, centered on the signing of a major technology deal. This multi-billion-dollar agreement is not a traditional trade pact, but a strategic framework for cooperation in critical high-growth sectors, such as artificial intelligence, AI, semiconductors, telecommunications, and quantum computing. The deal's significance is underscored by the inclusion of high-profile tech executives, including the CEOs of Nvidia and OpenAI, in Trump's delegation, who are reportedly set to announce billions of dollars in new investments into UK data centers. This agreement represents a move to deepen the special relationship between the US and the UK, pivoting from traditional trade in goods to a partnership in the digital economy. For the UK, it's a strategic effort to solidify its position as a global tech leader, particularly in AI and data science, and to attract crucial foreign investment. For the US, it's a way to secure supply chains, drive innovation, and maintain a competitive edge in the face of geopolitical rivals. The deal also serves as a model for how two allied nations can create a framework for collaboration on emerging technologies, setting standards and norms for the global digital economy. Reasons and consequences. The primary driver for this deal is a shared desire for economic and national security. Both nations have recognized the strategic importance of technology and are competing to lead in the development and governance of these transformative fields. The US, with its tech giants, seeks to formalize partnerships that ensure continued access to talent and markets. The UK, post-Brexit, is eager to secure its place as a key player on the world stage and attract investment that can spur economic growth. The involvement of tech titans like OpenAI and Nvidia directly signals that the private sector sees a strong commercial incentive in this collaboration, particularly for developing data center infrastructure needed to power AI. The consequences of this deal are multifaceted. On one hand, it has the potential to supercharge innovation and economic growth in both countries. By creating a framework for collaboration, the deal can accelerate the development of new technologies, create jobs, and foster a more resilient digital infrastructure. It could lead to a golden corridor of technological and economic cooperation, as described by some officials. However, there are also potential drawbacks and concerns. Some campaigners and critics have expressed worry that the deal might favor US corporate interests over UK public policy, potentially weakening regulations on data privacy, digital services taxes, and consumer protections. There's a risk that in a bid to attract investment and avoid potential tariffs, the UK might make concessions that are not in its long-term public interest. The debate around the UK's digital services tax and access to the National Health Service's data are two examples of the thorny issues that could be impacted by such a broad agreement. Predictions and solutions. Looking ahead, the success of this deal will depend on its implementation. If the framework translates into concrete, balanced policies and investments, it could indeed set a new standard for democratic digital partnerships. We can predict a surge in cross-border tech investments and joint research initiatives. The UK may see a rapid acceleration in its AI and data center capacity, while US firms gain a foothold and influence in a major European market. The collaboration could also lead to a shared approach to tech regulation, data governance, and cybersecurity standards, which could then be used to influence global norms. However, if the deal is perceived as a one-sided affair that sacrifices UK sovereignty or regulatory autonomy, it could face a strong political backlash. Public scrutiny and opposition groups will be watching closely to ensure that the UK's interests are protected. To ensure a successful outcome, several solutions are crucial. Both governments must commit to transparency and allow for public and parliamentary scrutiny of the deal's final terms. It's essential to strike a balance between attracting investment and safeguarding national interests. This includes establishing clear, non-negotiable red lines on issues like data privacy and public health. Furthermore, a shared strategic dialogue on technology standards and supply chain security, free from political pressure, should be established. Finally, the deal should not just be about high-level policy. It should actively involve and benefit a wide range of companies and sectors, including small and medium-sized enterprises, to ensure its benefits are widely distributed. By focusing on mutual benefit and shared values, this tech deal can go beyond a political statement and become a durable foundation for a forward-looking US-UK partnership.